Good evening, students. Today we are going to discuss with a few CET questions on the Animal Kingdom chapter. Just for a few minutes, I'll just brush up the synopsis, whatever it is required for this Animal Kingdom chapter. In depth, we can't enter into each and every concepts. So here we have some basic plan. On the basis of that, the classification has been done, like symmetry, it may be the body plan. Okay, then presence of the number of germ layers that are available, in an organisms, the type of digestive system, the type of circulatory system. Okay, like this we have a different criteria. On the basis of that, classification has been done. The basic level of classification is done on the basis of levels of classification. The levels of classification, which includes the cellular level, tissue level, organ system level. Like this, we have different levels of classifications that has been done in order to explain about the structure of an organisms. Similarly, we have other different constraints like complete digestive system, incomplete digestive system, open circulatory system, closed circulatory system, bilateral symmetry, radial symmetry. Like this, we have a different sets of features that has been observed in an organism. So under animal kingdom, we have two groups. These two groups are said to be as non-chordates as well as chordates. These two are the different varieties of structures that has been observed in animal kingdom. Under non-chordata, we are going to explain it on the basis of presence or absence of the notochord. If the notochord is absent, then it is called as the non-chordata. If the notochord is present, it's called as chordata. At a one step higher level, if it is even the notochord, if it is modified into a vertebrates, then it is called as the vertebral column, vertebrata, and invertebrates. This is the general classification what we have observed it under the chordates as well as the non-chordates, notochord as well as the chordata. Okay, so in the same structure, under non-chordates, we have a different phylums. Here we call it as a phylums, but under chordates, we call them as the classes. Okay, we call them as the classes. In case of non-chordata, we call them as the phylums. So basically, we have the porifera, then Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Ascahelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, Mollusca. All these will come under non-chordata. Under chordata, we are having a different classes like Pisces, Amphibia, Aves, Reptiles, and Mammalia. So under even the porifera, we are having under Coelenterata, we have one more subphylum. It's called as the Ctenophora. It's having all the general characters that belongs to the Coelenterata. It belongs to the Coelenterata, but it is not belonging to the Ctenophora. Poriferans are called as the pore-bearing organisms since the body is completely made up of a different varieties of the pores. Okay, spicules are there, sponges are very good example. Gemmules are the reproductive structures which are observed during unfavorable conditions. Okay, so similarly, we have the other different concepts under the sponges. These sponges are having water canal system where water enters through the ostia, entering into the spongocoel, moves out through the osculum. Choanocyte cells are going to line up the inner cavity of the spongocoel. When it comes to Coelenterata, they are commonly called as the cnidarians. They are commonly called as cnidarians. These cnidarians are going to possess the presence of nematocyst cells. The cnidarians are having nematocyst cells. These cells are having the sting apparatus which are going to sting the poison to the organism. Okay, so apart from this, they are having gastrovascular cavity. Gastrovascular cavity is the another type of a cavity that is present in the, it is present It is gastrovascular cavity is present in the what we can say it as the inner lining of the organism. This is going to help in transportation of the water mineral fluids into the body of the coelacanths like sea anemone, jellyfish, obelia, aurelia, all are the very good example for these cnidarians. Tentacles possess batteries of nematocysts which act as sting operators and which are going to inject a poison into the body of the organisms. Some of them like Adamsia, sea anemone, they are substrate attached to the substrate. But jellyfish is free living sexual dimorphism we can observe where we consider one jellyfish as male, another as a female because since they possess the gonads to carry out the sexual reproduction. Alternation of generation like polyp and medusa has been observed in case of these coelacanths. Ctenophore are called as the sea walnuts or cumulus which are going to possess a property of bioluminescence which are going to emit the light, okay, which are going to emit light that is responsible for its movement. Okay, so apart from this, they are having 8 rows of ciliated comb plates that is responsible for the movement of organism from one place to another place. Pleurobenchia, Tinoplana are examples. Platyhelminthes and Ascalmanthus are called as endoparasites which do not possess any specialized cell organelles. They are always depending upon other hosts, hence they are called as endoparasite. The bodies are completely lined by the cuticle which are going to protect themselves against the enzymes, okay, digestive enzymes since they are lying inside the body of an organism. Platyhelminthes are lying inside the body of the sheep, the liver fluke, tapeworm. Roundworms are found in the intestine of the humans. Platyhelminthes are having they are called hermaphrodites. Both organs are present inside the same organism. Whereas Ascalmanthus are having separate sexual and asexual male and female organisms can be observed through these structures. Okay, so under in this phenomenon, male is very thin, short, female is thick, long. The male are having the curved ends, hook, setae are present that is responsible in order to identify it as the male organisms. Cuticle is present. Respiration takes place through the cuticle itself. Excretory also the same. Flame cells are present in Platyhelminthes. When it comes to the Annelida, Annelida are having segments on their body. Metamerism is a characteristic feature. Nephridia are present. They are having segmental bodies present throughout its body. Separate male and female can be observed in few, but majority of them are called hermaphrodites. Majority of them are hermaphrodites itself. Both are present in the same organism. Okay, these annelids, they are having setae or parapodia as the locomotory organ. The body is lined with the cuticle. The moisture is present that helps in the transferring of the respiratory gases through the general body surface. Okay, so in case of arthropoda, the body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. Abdomen have the segments. Thorax also have segment. Prothorax, mesothorax, metathorax. Compound eyes are there. Mouth parts are there like biting and chewing pout, biting and rasping pout, sucking and piercing type. Like this, we have different sets of compound eyes. The body is covered externally by the terga and dorsal surface tergites, ventral surface sclerites. Arthropodial membrane is present which connects both dorsal and ventral surface. Spiracle are present that helps in exchange of respiratory gas. Book lungs, book gills, trachea, respiratory organs are there. Malphizian tubule as excretory organ. Blood is open type of circulatory system. Hemolymph is present. In case of mollusca, this is arthropoda is the first largest of animal kingdom, whereas mollusca is the second largest under animal kingdom, and this is going to possess the shells which are going to cover complete the body of the organism. Pila, cuttlefish, octopus, sepia, like this different set of organisms come under mollusca. Mollusca are having gills for respiration. It has a radula, rasping organ present in mouth that helps in biting and chewing. Shell is made up of calcium carbonate which protects them. Muscular foot is present that helps in locomotion. With the help of contraction and relaxation of the muscles, the organism moves from one place to another place. Tactile organs are present that helps in sensing the external environment. Okay, so next comes to echinodermata. Body is completely covered by the spines. The spiny skinny can be observed in the organism. They are having oral surface and they are having aboral surface that helps in carrying out different phenomena. Okay, so after this echinodermata, tube feet are present in echinodermata. Ambulacral groove are present. Madreporite is the plate that is present in the oral cavity that gave rise to the ambulacral grooves, which possess tube feet that helps in circulation, digestion, respiration, etc. Next comes to the characteristics of the chordates: pharyngeal gill slit, post-anal train, dorsal tubular nerve cord, notochord, everything is present in case of vertebrates. Then under the vertebrata, when they come to the classification, agnatha without the jaws, gnatha with the jaws. Under agnatha, we have cyclostomes. Petromyzon is a very good example. Eel-like organisms. They are called as eel-like organisms. Okay, they are having suckers in the mouth, jaws are completely absent, snake-like body is present. Okay, these petromyzon are devoid of the scales. Body is completely streamlined that helps in movement from one place to another place. But when it comes to the gnathostomata, we are having cyclostomes like ostrictis and chondrichthyes. Chondrichthyes are having completely made up of the cartilage. Ostrictis is completely made up of the bones. They are having 5 to 6 pairs of gill slits are present, not covered by operculum, whereas here 4 pairs of gill slits covered by operculum. Placoid scales are present here, whereas in case of the bony fishes, cycloid and ctenoid scales. Paired and unpaired pins are present. Claspers are observed in case of chondrichthyes. Claspers are absent in case of ostrictis. Chondrichthyes are oviparous, ostrictis are viviparous. Chondrichthyes are viviparous, ostrictis are oviparous. Like this, we have a different set of classification under the Pisces. When you come to amphibia, the dual organism which lives both on the surface of the water as well as on the land. Here, in case of the amphibia, skin is moist, mucous membrane help in exchange of gas, buccal cavity helps in respiration, all sorts of digestive system, respiratory system, nervous, excretory, everything is well developed, including the nervous system also. Male and female organisms are there, sexual dimorphism is there, they carry out the external fertilization. External fertilization is observed. Okay, both of them release the reproductive product into the surrounding environment. The young one undergo metamorphosis in order to form an adult. Reptile. Body is divided into head, thorax, abdomen, and tail. The skin is very dry, cornified in order to protect itself from wear and tear of the skin. Three-chambered heart, well-developed circulatory system, then excretory system, nervous system, all other specialized characters are present. In crocodile, only we observe four-chambered heart. In case of aves, Pisces, amphibia, and reptilia are all cold-blooded, poikilotherms. But when come to aves and mammals, they are homeotherms. Aves, mouth is modified into beak with no teeth. Forelimbs are modified into wings covered by feathers. Preening is important quality. Hind limbs have scales provided with the claws that helps in perching. Pneumatic bones are there that helps in flying. Okay, these are the specialized structures that we observe under aves. When come to mammals, presence of mammary gland, body covered by fur, presence of 4 different sets of teeth, heterodont condition, diphyodont condition, thecodont condition. 4 quadrupedal locomotion, body covered by the fur. Okay, 4-chambered heart. warm-blooded animals. Like this, we have a different set of qualities under the mammals. So these are the general characters regarding to the mammals. So I have given a brief explanation regarding to the explanatory parts of the explanation to the animal kingdom. Let us try to solve a few questions based on that. Okay. So let's begin with the first question. Animal which are triploblastic, having tube within a tube type of body plan, and in which embryonic blastopore forms anus, deuterostomes are. Animal is there, three germ layer is there, which are having tube within a tube body plan. Outside the tube is there, and inside there is one more tube is there, that's called as tube within the tube. They are called as deuterostomes. ಯಾವುದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ deuterostomesಗೆ? Platyhelminth is a triploblastic, but it is a flattened. Echinodermata is having star shape. Mollusca is having shelled. The leftover one is the annelid. So the answer for this particular question is annelids. Echinoderm and chordates have pseudocoelom, schizocoelom, hemocoelom, enterocoelom. Echinodermata is a specific type. Pseudocoelom is observed in case of the Aschelminthus. Hemocoelom is observed in case of Arthropoda. Echinodermata and chordata, both of them possess schizocoelom. True segmentation metamerism occurred for the first time in Platyhelminthus, Aschelminthus, annelids, arthropods. It was first observed for the first time in annelids. Metameric segmentation is a characteristic of Platyhelminthus and Arthropoda, Echinodermata and Annelida, Annelida and Arthropoda, Mollusca and Chordata. Metameric segmentation is the characteristic feature of Annelida and Arthropoda. Sponges in which cells are loosely aggregated and do not form tissue or organ are grouped under which subkingdom? Cells are loosely aggregated, but they do not form tissues or organs. They are grouped under which subkingdom? Bilateria, Parazoa, Metazoa, Eumetazoa. They are grouped under Metazoa. Which of the following is not an example of porifera? Cycon, bud sponge, Euspongia, freshwater bud sponge, Spongilla, Adamsia. Adamsia is commonly called as C. C. anemone. Water transport or canal system in sponges is helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange, removal of waste, all of these. Food gathering, respiratory exchange, removal of waste, all of this. Water transport system. It is all of these. In phylum Porifera, digestion is extracellular, intracellular, first extracellular, then intracellular, first intracellular and then extracellular. In Porifera, the digestion is about extracellular, outside the cell. In sponges, fertilization and development is fertilization external, direct development, fertilization internal, direct respectively, fertilization internal, indirect, fertilization external, indirect. The fertilization takes place internally and it is having indirect method. Euspongia is also called as Sycon scypha, freshwater sponge, bath sponge. It's called as bath sponge. In sponges, water enters through dash into a central cavity. Water enters through the ostia into a center cavity called spongocele. So osculum and spongocele wrong, ostia and asculum wrong, osculum and ostia and spongocele. Option 4 is the right answer. Sponges are exclusively present in marine water, asymmetrical animal, primitive multicellular animal, all of these. Yes, sponges are having all these qualities. The most important character of phylum Porifera is they are acellular. No, they are cellular. They possess blind sac type of body plan. They possess canal system choanocyte. They possess water canal system. The important property is they are having canal system and choanocytes. Which of the following cells is totipotent and is responsible for regenerative capacity in sponges? Which of the following cells is totipotent and is responsible for regenerative capacity in sponge? Pinacocyte, thecocyte, archaeocyte, scleroblast. Okay, so here when we come into the structure or different types of cells that are present inside the sponges, they are having regenerative property. Regenerative property is the capacity of an organism to undergo okay. So they are going to show the property of regeneration. Archaeocytes are the amoebocytes. These are the cells which are present inside the sponges. They are totipotent cells. They have a capacity to give rise to sclerites, spongocytes, or colonocytes. Archaeocyte can give rise to sclerites, then give rise to colonocyte. So the answer is third one, archaeocyte. Find out the incorrect one related to phylum Ctenophora. Commonly known as sea walnut, exclusively marine, triploplastic organism, tissue level of organization. Ctenophora is commonly called as sea walnuts. Which type of reproduction takes place in animal like Ctenoplana? Asexual, sexual, budding, both 1 and 3. The special property of Ctenophora along with The ciliated complete is they carry out sexual reproduction. That's the most important property regarding to Ctenophora. The example of Ctenophora is Ctenoplana. How many ciliated completes are present? Found in Ctenophorans. There are 4 ciliated complete, 6 ciliated complete, 8 or 10. 8 rows of ciliated completes are present in Ctenophora. In Platyhelminthes, specialized cells like flame cell help in osmoregulation, circulation, excretion, both 1 and 3. They are going to carry out the process of osmoregulation as well as excretion, both 1 and 3. Which of the following animal is known as pork tapeworm, which is found living inside the pig? Taenia solium, Echinococcus, Schizostoma, Taenia saginata. So Taenia solium is commonly called as tapeworm, right? So this tapeworm is found living inside the body of the animals. Like it is found living inside the body of the humans. Okay, so here the Taenia saginata is having inhabitant for the pork, which can come in contact even with the humans also. So the answer for this question is Taenia saginata. Which of the following are triploblastic acoelomate with a blind sac type of body plan where parenchyma cells originating from mesoderm fill up the cavities of the body? acoelomate ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ parenchyma cells filling up mesoderm ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ it belongs to Nidaria. This is coelomata, coelomata, acoelomata. In Platyhelminthes, the excretory organs are nephridia, nephron, flame cell, archaeocytes. Nephridia in Annelida, nephrons in vertebrates, flame cell in Platyhelminthes, archaeocytes in sponges. So the right answer is flame cell. Which of the following stages in the life history of liver fluke infects the sheep? Maraserium, Redia, Meta, Circaria, Circaria. These are the 4 different stages of liver fluke. Liver fluke that is found to infect the sheep. Okay, so the different stages includes here are, first one is Circaria, Circaria to Redia. First ಬರೋದಿದು Circaria, Circaria goes to Redia, Redia to sporocyte. After sporocyte, it's called Maraserium. Maraserium can lay the, sorry, it should be coming in an opposite way. First, the sheep lay the eggs. The first laid eggs is called as meta. Egg laid is called Meraserium. After Meraserium, the sporocytes to Redia. Meta Circaria. So the infectious stage The infectious stage that is identified under these one are metacercaria. The correct sequence of various stages of larva in the history of liver fluke is first Miracerium, sporocytes, Cercaria, Ridia, Metacercaria. Option 1 is the right answer. Schizostoma is known as blood fluke, Chinese liver fluke, dog tapeworm, lung fluke. Blood fluke is called as schizostoma. Male ascaris differ from female in having lips, amphids, pineal spicules, tails. Structure of male, which possess two setae, that's called as pineal spicules. Okay, pineal spicule. The epidermis of ascaris is unicellular, syncytial, columnar, cuboid. The ascaris is having epidermal layer, syncytial, merged with everything. Unicellular ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ, it could have not tolerated to the activity of the enzymes. Filariasis, filarial worm, elephantiasis or filariasis is caused by Wuchereria bancrofti, Ankylostoma duodenale, okay, Trichinella, Enterobius, Schizostoma. So answer is Wuchereria bancrofti. Annelids possess cell aggregate plan, blind sac plan, tube within tube plan, pseudocoelom plan. This is one tube. This is another tube. Okay, tube within tube plan is observed in case of annelids. Hirudinaria. Hirudinaria is a scientific name that comes to the leech. This is called sanguivorous, which is going to suck the blood in order for its survival. Hirudinarea is monoecious, dioecious, unisexual, both 2 and 3. So Hirudinarea is monoecious. No. It's dioecious. No. Unisexual. No. Then what's the answer for this question? What is monoecious? Monoecious is nothing but an organism which is going to possess an organism having both male and female reproductive organ. So the answer is monoecious. Parapodia for locomotion are found in one of the following: Earthworm, Hirudinaria, Nereis, Polygordius. Hirudinaria leech ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋದು suckers. Earthworm as sheath. So Nereis are having parapodia. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಪೋಡಿಯಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. In earthworm, the function of coracogen cells. See, there are some specialized cells that are present in the body of the earthworm. Coracogen cells of earthworm are also called as Y cells. Are they present in the cells of Annelida? They are star-shaped cells. They are going to store glycogen and neutralize the toxins, and they are present in the coelomic fluids of the annelid. Okay, what is the function performed by them? The coracogen cells which are present in the earthworm, they are involved in the process of excretion. Which of the following is earthworm? Nereis, Peritima, Hirudinarea, Aphrodite. Peritima postuma. Peritema postuma is the name that is given for the earthworm. Nephridia help in excretion, osmoregulation, hematopoiesis, both 1 and 2. Nephridia helps in both 1 and 2. Blood of peritema is blue with hemocyanin in corpuscles, blue with hemocyanin in plasma, red with hemocyanin in corpuscles, red with plasma in hemoglobins in plasma. It is blue with hemocyanin in plasma. Largest phylum is, which is considered as largest phylum? Arthropoda, Mollusca, Annelida, Echinodermata, Chordate. It is Arthropoda. Which of the following is not an economically important insect? Apis, Bombyx, Lacifer, Limulus. Apis is going to produce honey. Lacifer is going to produce lac. Bombyx is going to produce silk. Limulus is called as king crab. It's of not use. Living fossil. Which of the following has open circulatory system? Peritema, Periplaneta, Nereis, octopus. Peritema postuma is called earthworm, closed circulatory system. Nereis is also earthworm, closed circulatory system. Octopus belongs to Mollusca, closed circulatory system. Periplaneta americana, it is cockroach. It belongs to Annelida. It is having open circulatory system. What type of respiratory organs are present in spiders and scorpions? Book lungs, gills, gill pouch, lungs. No lungs, no gill pouch, no gills. They are having book lungs. In mollusca, okay, mouth contain file-like rasping organ for feeding called macula, cristae, radula, cupula. It's called radula. Find out incorrect match. Chetoplura, chiton, octopus, devilfish, aplasia, pearl oyster, loligo, squid. So octopus is called as devilfish. That's 100% true. The common name for Chetoplura is chiton. Okay, it is commonly called as chiton. Then what do we call aplasia as? Aplasia. The common name for aplasia is sea hare. It's not pearl oyster, it's called as sea hare. The right answer is third one. Respiration in mollusca takes place by body surface, gills or ctenidia, pulmonary sac, all of this. In mollusca, the respiration takes place with the help of gills. A fold of dorsal body wall which covers the visceral mass in mollusca. A fold of dorsal body wall which covers visceral mass in molluscans is called as. This is the shell covered by a thin layer that's present on the dorsal surface which covers the visceral mass is called as mantle. The only segmented mollusca is Neoplana, Pterido, Chiton, Nautilus. It is chiton. ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay. Which of the following statements is correct with respect to Echinodermata? The most distinct feature of Echinodermata is presence of water-vascular system, which is a part of coelom. Main function of water-vascular system is locomotion and capture of food. Echinoderm have no proper excretory system. They have well-developed circulatory system. The main function of water-vascular system helps in locomotion to capture of food. Echinoderm were closely related to chordates due to tube within tube body plan developed along deuterostomic evolutionary line. They have introcoelom, they have mesodermal endoskeleton. All of these. So the answer is all of these. Which phylum include exclusively marine organism without any parasitic form? Porifera, Neridia, Mollusca, Echinodermata. Echinodermata. Excretory organ in hemichordata are called hemichordata. Balanoglossus is the example. This is the body of the balanoglossus. This is called head. This is called a tail, collar. This is called trunk. Here we come across with the presence of gills. It has a proboscis gland that helps to carry out the phenomenon of excretion. It is living in seashores in U-shaped burrows. Okay, it is found living in the U-shaped burrows and it is called as tube organisms. So answer for this excretory organ is proboscis gland. Fishes are characterized by two-chambered heart, venous heart, single circulation, all of above. Yes, sinus conosis is the structure that is going to give rise to aorta. It's having single circulation. Venous heart is present. So the answer for this question is all of the above. In which of the following fish electric organs are present which are modified musculature between eyes and nostrils? It is present like this. Your eyes are there, your nostrils are there. Between that, we observe the patch of electric organs. This is called as torpedo electric ray. Gill slits in chondrichthyes are uncovered, covered by operculum. They are absent, connected to the air bladder. They are always uncovered. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಗಿಲ್ ಸ್ಲಿಟ್ಸ್ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದರ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay. Which of the following fish does not belong to class Ostrictis? Hippocampus, seahorse, Labiorohita, it's a normal bonefish, Torpedo, and Exocetus. Exocetus is called as flying fish. Exocetus. Yes, Exocetus is called as the flying fish which do not belongs to the Ostrictis. Is it? So here, when you come to the Echinus and Anabas, it's a bony fish. Okay, Exocetus is also bony fish. What about Hippocampus? Hippocampus is also called as the bent horse. Body is covered by the bony grace and rings are there. They are also called as the bony fishes. So in ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದು ನಮಗೆ Labiorohita. Labiorohita. It's also called as roe. Obviously, it is a yes, Labiorohita. Obviously, it is a bony fish. Torpedo, electric ray, stinging operators are there. It's not a fish. It's not a bony fish. Which of the following can glide in air? Exocetus is called as flying fish. In which fish male show parental care and has brood pouch? It's called as hippocampus. Seahorse, male will take care of the young ones. Which of the following is absent in cartilaginous fish, which makes them to swim constantly? Cartilaginous fish do not possess air bladder, whereas bony fish possess the air bladder. So absence of air bladder is the characteristic feature of the bony fish. Additional chamber, which are known as crop and gizzard in birds, are part of digestive tract, respiratory tract, reproductive tract, all of these. Crop and gizzard in birds are the part of digestive system. The first warm-blooded vertebrate with four-chambered heart, reptile, aves, amphibia, as well as mammals. They are aves. Which of the following animal air sacs are connected to lungs to supplement the respiration? ನೋಡಿ ಈ ತರ ಲಂಗ್ಸು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ಸು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, this is observed in case of crowus. Crowus, crow. Macaca, monkey. Salamandra, amphibia. Alligator, crocodile. Feathers of the birds are waterproof due to the oily secretion of cutaneous gland, preen gland, sudorypheric gland, none of these. Oil secreted from preen glands. Which of the following has three-chambered heart? Columbia levis is called as the pigeon, viper, Scalodon. Okay, so viper refers to snake. Snakes are having three-chambered heart. External ear or pinna are present in Pteropus, Bungarus, Buffo, Crowus. Pteropus, Bungarus, snake, Buffo, amphibia, Crowus, bird, aves, Pteropus, to tiger, dolphin refers to fish, blue whale belongs to Balanoptera. An oviparous mammal is Ornithorhynchus, rabbit, Panthera leo, panther, Elephas, elephant, Equus, horse. Oviparous. This is echidna. So oviparous mammal is echidna, Echinus. Which of the following animals have diaphragm between thorax and abdomen? Frog, pigeon, lizard, whale. Whale belongs to mammalia. The mammals are having characteristic feature of having diaphragm between the thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. ಈ ತರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು thoracic cavity, ಇದು abdominal cavity. Okay na? So the answer for this question is whale. Okay. The tusks of elephants are incisors, canines, molars, premolars. The tusks of elephants are incisors, tusk ಒಂದೇ ಇರೋದು, canines, premolars are molars. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ premolars ಮತ್ತೆ molars ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. They are completely developed from, they are the massive teeth that protrude beyond the mouth. They are like our own teeth. Okay, so they are very hard. Ivory tusks are actually the teeth. They are incisors. Which of the following group of animals are homeothermal, having single occipital condyle, 12 pair of cranial nerves, pneumatic bones, and four-chambered heart? Four-chambered heart, okay. Pneumatic bones is found only in eos. Single condyle. ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. That helps in rotating in 360-degree angle. So answer is eos. Okay, so here we have tried to solve varieties of question. Okay, I have taken more questions from invertebrates because many of the vertebratal characters are maximum known to you people. So I have selected the more invertebrate characters and I have framed the question based on this. Okay na? So if you find any sort of the doubt, you can call, ask or text me up to clarify your doubts. Here one thing what you have to know in order to prepare this CET question is you have to be thorough with your NCERT. Keep all the materials ready, keep in touch with your fingertips, and you should be very completely flexible with the concept. Animal kingdom is a very small, confined chapter that we can solve even and set number of questions. By this time, you would have come across with the variety of questions, right? You would have questions. Okay, variety of questions that we can solve. Fine. Okay, I hope you would have understood the concept. Okay, and the next upcoming class we can discuss with the structural organization in animal, different type of tissues and structure of frog. Okay, fine. Thank you.